I suppose he'd been pretty sick then. Cara's just telling us about fucking side effects from the antibiotics and that.
Alright. So we took him in with a bloody cock. Really a bloody cock.
And there's no infection now, just like could have been an impact.
Could have been an impact thing. Like he does jump into the swimming pool like fucking Super Mario trying to get a fucking mushroom out of a brick above his head. Like jumps up, arms up in the air, its legs sprayed, and just fucking dives in the water like that. Dick first. So it could be a bit of trauma. There was no bleeding afterwards. All the traces of blood they found in his urine wasn't like fucking fresh blood or anything. So and it's literally been a week now.
Are we rolling, by the way? Is this just a conversation? Oh, yeah.
So we gave him the antibiotics, which was a whole fucking thing, and then he just started getting sick off the antibiotics. And even the doctors, when they sent us away, they were like, "We can't find an infection, so this might not do anything. We might be treating nothing here." So,
piss and blood would that's a real concern, lad.
right. Well, to be fair, I probably got myself to blame. I should stop letting him fuck dock whores.
The dock hose always have.
It's the only way. It's the. I want to raise a man.
You get scabs inside you sweat from dock hose. Like it's probably you need to get the umbrella up there to pull the scabs out.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to him that real.
Not even the medical equipment.
But I don't think it counts as sex if it's with a sex worker. No, same way that
I didn't cheat, baby.
same way that shooting a target on a gun range isn't murder.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think that'll hold up in court.
I just don't think it'll even hold up on the left wing.
No, I've been pathetic, by the way. I've been like
started on the Stag.
You know what? That was probably the best sesh I've ever had in my life. Like,
I remember how offended you were on.
It cost us.
On the fourth day, we were all having fucking pints. And we just sat there.
Yeah, it's just about the clapping for the NHS.
I was like, do you miss the wee applause breaks for you during COVID? I'm like, what? I'm like, when everyone used to go outside and bang their pants together to thank you for your service. You're like, what are you on about? And I was like, well, you've been nursing that pipe for a couple of days now.
Fucking killing me. It was me breakfast pint on day 4 of the sesh. And I was like fucking first one up. Like I was honestly that might have been my last hurrah, that. Because like I led the charge for 4 straight days, right? First one up, last one to bed, 4 straight days. Not just with anyone, but like some of the people that can bang the most that I know from my life. Matty there. Matty wasn't there, was he? Fucking Matty. Let's talk about Matty. What was that? Did you mention about what he did with the packet on the last podcast? I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh no, I haven't.
Wait, let's just change his name for this. Matthew. He bailed so hard, right? So he was the last. He was one of the last ones standing on day 1 of the podcast. I'm all over the place, Daniel. Day 1 of the Stag, right? It was me, Gareth, him, and arguably Elliot, but only because it was in Elliot's room. That poor motherfucker's trying to get to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? But he was there, and he would get out of bed and have his line. Even
it's like how Africa was part of World War II. It's just because
colonies were there.
We were like, hey, this is our country. And the United States was like, well, this is going to be our country. And I was like, this is our country. And all the Africans were there like, hey, fuck off, man.
That's exactly what Elliot was. So there's 4 of us that was still up on the last day, and we all went to bed at the same time, and we just went, right, we're fucking that's the night done. Yep. The fucking sun's coming up, we can hear the birds.
And about 2 hours after this, me and Barry went for a lovely breakfast,
and I joined you. I wasn't that far behind you.
On day 1, it was day 2 you were.
No, day 1 you were still eating your breakfast when I turned up. So yes, you were. Nice in your breakfast.
Hey, there's one thing I know
for 3 hours. Who nurses bacon?
Yeah. Oh man, so like don't get wrong, I'm not expecting
the answers of it.
I'm not expecting the world's best breakfast from like just like the first pub you walk into in Amsterdam on a fucking Friday, right? But they were real good. Did a big meat one, heaps of sausages, heaps of bacon. Bacon was nice and crispy, right? Beans were good. Here's the thing:
the fucking gallon of beans that they just plunk in a fucking gravy train in the middle of your breakfast,
which is the correct the correct amount of beans to give. If the two options are a gravy boat of beans or a tomato ketchup container of beans, which for some reason
I get you.
all fucking hotels are like, you want 7 beans with your 9 bits of free toast we gave you, don't you? That's just what you want. You're like, I'd like actually more than that. They gave the gravy boat.
And then it's like, have any amount of beans you want. Don't worry about the wastage.
Yeah, it's good. We got beans for fucking days here. Do you want some toast? Right. Somebody whisper the word fire to bits of bread, please. I swear to God, this toast was texted fire emojis and then sent out. That's how they toasted the
I think they toasted it with a torch on their iPhone. there was one point where the guy walked by and I was like, is there any chance you could toast me toast?
Fucking honestly, it would have been more crisp on it if they put on a sunbed.
I loved that bar because I got recognised straight away.
Aye.
The barman was a Toon fan and he watched us on TNT Sport the week before. And he knew who I was the minute I walked in.
Well, I had to have like the weird, because I've not done stand-up, well, because I've not really done stand-up for so fucking long, right? It was similar to like in COVID, there just became a point where I stopped feeling like a comedian anymore. And even though I'm very proud to be a comedian, there's also the shame of like being a comedian or like the embarrassment of like bringing it up. So more often than not, if somebody asks me what my job is and I know it's going to be a 7 to 10 minute interaction, I'll lie about my job.
Oh yeah,
you're not finding out
haircut you're not mentioning, and a haircut you're not mentioning a taxi.
Nah, none of those places. We get to that bar, and the bartender was like, "I like your jumper." I was like, "Thank you." She said, "Where's that from?" I'm like, "Oh, Philip DeFranco is a podcaster. It says March," and he gave it to me. She's like, "Why is a podcaster giving you his gear?" I'm like, "You don't fucking, I've not been proud of being a comedian for fucking almost a year at this point." I'm like, "I'm actually a comedian. I do comedy. I tell stand-up comedy jokes, and these are all my comedian friends. And we're all out just being comedians together." And then the Jody guy was like, "Are you Daniel Sloss?" And I was like, "See, I knew it. All it took is me to own it." And then she was like, "Oh, that's great. Would I enjoy your stuff?" And I'm like, "Not a fucking chance.
Nah.
No, let's just leave it there. Let's leave it at me telling you I do comedy, somebody confirming I do comedy, and you not witnessing any of my comedy to deny the fact that I do comedy."
Yeah, just like, listen, there's a swimming pool in my house. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, things have gone well. Yeah. Still get that sometimes with like friends of cats. Friends.
What else do you do?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's a hard one.
So is that all that you do then?
Yeah, that makes a living, does it? Like, why I oughta.
Mm-hmm. So I really like having a nice car now. It's just a little bit of validation.
Yeah.
So Matty, right, didn't really show up until about 5 on the second day after trying to bang with me and Gareth.
Yeah.
and then disappeared at 7, went for a shit.
Yeah, really long shit.
And during that shit, booked a flight home and left the next day, right? The man fucking cowered it out of a stag do, mid-stag do.
I think he took a shit in Amsterdam and then wanted to race it to Birmingham. Because I don't know if you know this,
but when you
flush, shit ends up in Birmingham.
When you flush the chain anywhere in Europe,
it just goes to Birmingham.
Direct lane.
Yeah. That's what the Romans did. They were like, "We're going to expand, right? And we're just going to find a place to just put all of our shit." And then they went to Birmingham, and they saw it. Somebody just went, "Hello," and they went, "That'll do."
That'll do. This
seems shit. It's mad that World War II hasn't happened yet, but this place still looks like it's been bombed, and we've just turned up.
Yeah, I bet you during World War II were like, oh no, don't bomb Birmingham. oh no.
Lights out across the UK, right, whenever the air raid sirens go on.
Can't chuck the pair of lights on.
Can everyone just have the recording podcast studio lights on outside just so we can... All high beams. I think during World War II, they actually flew... They flew helicopters for the first time with searchlights on them just to point out Birmingham to the Nazis.
Aye. Absolute decoy.
Yeah.
Decoy city, that's all it is.
Yeah. There's no way people actually have that fucking accent. Like with the Scouts, I get why they have that accent. It's part of their personality.
You know what? It's not as bad as it once was because of Peaky Blinders. And since then, Jude Bellingham's doing it a good service. It's actually had a real fucking glow up, that accent. It's really hard one still to push, but like too many cool people in the last decade have had it.
I don't know if that's... I don't know if I agree with you there because I couldn't.
But you don't watch Peaky Blinders. You don't care for Jude Bellingham.
Couldn't watch Peaky Blinders
because of the accent.
Because of the fucking accent.
That it took me a little while because I watched one episode and went, cannot listen to that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But then, like again, like with Schitt's Creek, where I didn't give it much of a chance until I heard everyone banging on about it. I dived back in and I was like, all right, this is class.
Yeah, it's Jude Bellingham from Birmingham.
Aye.
Yuck.
Yeah. He retired his shirt number.
Yeah.
When he left Birmingham City.
He played for Birmingham City.
Yeah.
What? Then we fucking went straight to Real.
No, he went to Borussia Dortmund.
So he did, of course he did. What am
So Matty, because he'd bailed, because he'd left early, he still had a full bag. Mm-hmm. And you were just like, just tell you what, push it under my hotel room.
Didn't at all. No. He woke up and went, by the way, I'm about to leave. I'm going home. If anyone wants this extra bag of drugs, let me know. Right? And I'm just sat in my bed watching Beast games. Wait for Barry to wake up, text
Beast
me.
games? The fuck's Beast games?
This is going to be... Kai's not going to know who the most famous man in the world is. We're all about to experience. Do you know who MrBeast is?
Oh, I have heard of him. Is that the guy that only eats liver?
No.
He only eats liver and that?
No, that's the Liver King.
Aye.
Yeah.
I don't know him then. That's not the MrBeast?
No.
That's the Liver King. Aye, I guess I don't know MrBeast.
Aye.
Is MrBeast the one that like goes to like a remote place? And goes like, I'm in fucking Papua New Guinea. And that's remote. We'll just go in the middle of fucking nowhere for a bit.
No, it's Bear Grylls.
No, that's not Bear Grylls I'm thinking of. Okay, go on. Who's the Beast?
It's just the most famous YouTuber.
Well, like we're a toddler on that.
No, cross in any country in the world. Go and say the word MrBeast out loud and watch anyone.
Oh, is it like one of these guys that'll end up on fucking wrestling, like I Show You Speed or whatever? Like
way more famous than I Show Speed.
Right, but like that kind of guy. But is there a reason that I've like absolutely ignored his existence, or is he cool?
He seems cool. I mean, he seems no. He's not cool. He's not cool. He's not cool anymore. There was a time when he was cool.
Yeah, he was cool for a while. He's like a big philanthropist, but he's been like exposed over the last 6 months of like lying. And,
was he?
Yeah, being a terrible boss. A bunch of people that work with him and around him are all sexual abusers. And
he's called MrBeast. And he's called MrBeast.
Well, you're going to hate the show.
So it's Beast Games, then? Is it like Squid Games?
Yeah. They put 3 kids on an island and all of his friends.
Huh?
Aye. Just see what happens.
Just Epstein Island.
He bought Epstein's Island.
Aye.
It's Beast Games is just Squid Games, but with like $10 million prize fund, 1,000 people. Like, aye.
So like it's a knockout.
Base, yeah, but like bigger.
Because you're not going to do actual Squid Games. Like the legislation would be ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's just like a big version of
so
that.
They've got to just do like whatever, like one of their. It's a knockout, isn't it? Where like they're running along the inflatable things and.
Well, it's not that. It's more. I mean, there's a bit of kind of assault course.
Like Ninja Warrior.
No, it's more. I mean, you're closer with Squid Games. Way closer with Squid Games. So it's like, here's one game. It's going to eliminate 50% of people. Here's another game that's going to eliminate. And also, you'll have to fuck each other over and stuff. And it's just Yanks being fucking Yanks.
Bush Tucker trials.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
But
he is.
I'm in bed.
Because I'm aware of that name. I just thought it was the liver guy. Like, I'm aware of his existence.
No, Liver King's downfall was so great because it's the epitome of what right-wing grifters are, right?
Epitome.
Right, Liver King goes, I've got this fucking ripped, amazing, massive bod purely from eating liver and raw meat, right? And everyone on the left went, those are steroids. And he went, nah, not me, just liver, just meat. And then people in the centre were like, hey man, was a fan of your stuff. I believe in like positive mental health, go to the gym. Those are steroids, right? And everyone on the right wing being like fucking left, trying to tear down all of our gods bit by fucking bit. And then some guy came out and was like, hey, I've sold the Liver King £500,000 worth of steroids in the past 6 years. And then Liver King came out and was like, hey, I've got to acknowledge the rumours. And you're like, the facts.
The rumours.
Like, yeah,
rumours. The rumours.
Everything I sold you was a lie. Eating liver all the time won't make you ripped. It's only steroids that does this and ignoring your kids. I'm real bad. But this is typical of the left. They talk about wanting to save people's mental health and they want to drag me a self-made con artist millionaire, down to the ground because of the lies I told you retards. And I told them, hey, you can't call them that word. That's my word for them. So, in order to pay for my law funds, because I'm being sued, I need all your retard money again so I can pay for more steroids.
So is he gone now then?
No, the right wing are still like, God damn the left for trying to bring down the Liver King.
Down Liver King.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they'll be fine, a lot of them.
So, I'm in bed watching regular Beast games, just getting to the end of it. Matty puts that message out. I'm not replying to it. I'm not in the mood for any more drugs at that point. And
you owe me a bag.
You're
fucking gutted with that.
I cannot believe that
you're the only one that's still doing this.
You have been conned by every single person on that trip. You have been conned by every single person on that trip. You're the only person that believed. So here's what happened, right?
I was on fire that game, by the way.
It's mad tonight. I can get Colin down here. I can phone Mark Nelson right now.
Let's get Mark Nelson phoned up on this podcast, but let's lay down what happened first, right? Because I was hitting every hole. I was getting in a 2, right? Well, it was crazy golf, but fucking like this. It's all like neon lights and shit, right? But Matthew, I took the mushrooms right on time.
He's not even told the story correctly. He doesn't remember the day.
I took the mushrooms right on time.
What do you think his story is right now, considering he's giving you zero backstory, zero context?
Well, you're panicking?
I'm not panicking.
I'm just laying down.
You cannot tell the story.
I took mushrooms at the perfect time to go to crazy golf, right? And when I got there, there was like a chest made of kind of like refurbished wood like this, like made of barnacles, and they painted it with like neon purple. And I just couldn't stop staring at it because it's flowing like lava. It was mint. Like everything that met the eye was class. And I was like, when I was taking my shot, I was just like taking a fucking punt at it. It would rattle around and land the other hole, and then I just put it in. I was getting 2s everywhere. And then there was a bit where there's a backlog, and when there was eyes on us, I got a bit self-conscious and fucking missed a couple of shots, right? And everyone just remembers that, right? And so when I got the top score, everyone's like, but I saw you fucking not, like it took us 4 shots to get this hole in, and everyone watched us miss twice before I got it. So that was the only time I missed any of the shots. And people saw it, so everyone, Daniel's assuming that Mark didn't give us the correct score, but he gave us the correct score. You gotta ring him.
Oh, absolutely. No, because I'm not going to get an honest answer out of Mark. I will call everyone else on the Stag. So
he was going to keep me score.
Here's what actually took place, right? As we explained on the other podcast with Cullen, we have to go around, the 3 of us, so groups of 4 have to go around with 1 mini golf thing. I say to everyone, right, we're all at fucking mini golf, to make it fucking interesting. Whoever wins, right, gets €100 or a bag of gear, right? Just make this fucking fun. We're going round. I'm taking it so seriously. It's the one part of the Stag do where I'm like, focus, it's a fucking mini game. It's great.
And also that end one, everyone was spaffing the end shot because it's like you have to get it in one.
And I got it in one.
And I got it in one.
Right, cool. Right. So we're going round.
So that's how you're going ahead and beat everybody.
Oh my God.
Because everyone took 9 shots on the last one, and I took 1, and I'd been getting everything in 2.
It's remarkable.
You weren't even watching us play golf.
It's remarkable how gullible you are.
You weren't even watching us play golf.
I find it shocking how easily gaslit you are and how egotistical you are that for it to fully delete the entire memory of your brain, all it took was Mark Nelson doing a bit and you've been like, well, it must be true. It must be true.
I was as shocked as everyone, to be honest.
You fucking should be. So we get to the end. I have literally only done 1s and 2s. There's not a single 3. There's not a single extra shots. It's been holes and 1s and 2s.
Oh, holes and 1s. I'm coming at the back now. You never mentioned them previously. There's no holes and 1s ever. Not a single hole in 1. Just the end one, which actually took you 2. I watched it.
So we're going round. We're doing the scores. Right. Gareth, decent innings. Cullen,
Gareth was on my team.
Decent innings. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And that's why he knows you didn't fucking win.
Gareth thinks that.
Everyone thinks that. It was a bit. It was a bit that you were like, oh, well, if the bit is I'm the best, then it can't be a bit. It just must be true. This must be true. It was a bit the whole time. We got to the end. I'm looking at the scores.
So angry about losing, by the way.
Oh, my God.
I don't know anyone lose
It's not
so
even
bad.
just that you're wrong.
You didn't lose. You came second. You didn't even lose. You got 28.
You think every single person there, right, thinks you win. When they don't. Everyone was coming out and be like, Kai genuinely thinks he's won. And that's funny because it annoys Sloss. So we're just going to keep this bit going, right?
And everyone was telling you that. Because if they thought it was a joke that was annoying you, then they would have played along with it because it annoys you. They wouldn't be like,
that's exactly why
they wouldn't be pacifying.
That's exactly why they were playing along with it. You've absolutely nailed it.
Playing along. So you're just assuming they're playing along. Is that Mark you're ringing? He's not ringing Mark. He's ringing Gareth.
Yeah.
He's ringing somebody who knows to be an ally.
Somebody who didn't create the bit.
He's already poisoned him.
Oh, fucking.
Ring Mark.
I'm not ringing Mark.
Mark's the only one that actually knows.
But
then we can go Mark. We can get Mark jokes over. You can be honest now.
No, because in this context, him saying it's true is still funny. Because I'm not wound up by losing. I'm wound up by you being the only person that thinks you won genuinely. Everyone else knowing it a bit. So it's well within Mark's interest to wind me up to keep that bit going.
You know, he's like an insurance company that doesn't want to pay up. Oh, like, yeah, you're only insured on that car for personal use, not for driving to work.
Fucking cunt.
I've paid me insurance, just fucking paid me wins.
Fucking turning up in GTA being like, I crashed my car in the game, can you give me insurance on that in real life? It didn't happen. You were living in a fucking fantasy world.
Right, I think you've built a reality that suits you. Gets you to giving away drugs.
I cannot believe how quickly you took to the lie. Just, here we go.
Put it on loudspeaker.
Hello, mate.
You absolutely fucked me on the mini there.
Oh, did I? My bad. Sorry, mate. Just a quick question. What are the chances that Kai actually won the mini golf in Amsterdam?
0.
Right. So do you agree maybe with my little theory that Mark Nelson completely made up Kai's score just to annoy me and then everyone joined in on the bit? Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's very obvious.
Right, Gareth, cool. Are you only saying this because I fell over?
You fell over in the 11th hole?
Aye. Because I said floor was lava.
In our group, you weren't even like third in our group.
Thank you!
I fell over because I said floor was lava, then fell in it immediately.
Also, that's not true. You fell over and then you came up with that bit after. You rewrite your own history.
No, I said floor was lava and then I went to stand on the bricks, and I fell off the bricks into the lava.
You went to tee up and you fell over placing your ball.
Thank you.
That doesn't count as a shot though.
And it was like an old man because we all went, oh.
That doesn't count as a shot, Gareth. That doesn't count against me score, mate.
He's coming here.
that can happen and that can win the golf, Gareth.
He's coming here. I cannot express to you how much he genuinely actually with his heart thinks he won that game.
No, he didn't.
Fucking I won the game. He owes his coke, Gareth.
How could you watch me play with you and still think you beat me?
You didn't exactly. You didn't even beat Gareth. You didn't even win your group.
I was in the zone.
You were not.
I was on mushrooms. I was getting geometric patterns and that. And the fucking lines were drawn for us on the earth.
Delusional. Thanks, man. Also, I'm very sorry for fucking up.
He's refusing only because you're another one that got pumped, Gareth, and you're just as angry as Daniel. He's refusing to ring Mark.
Because Mark will continue the bit because Mark's bit exists.
Well, he will continue being bitter. The pair is. That's all it is. Bitterness.
Right. Thanks, mate.
Two angry men. I think they're good at golf.
Right. Right. There we go.
No, that's not conclusive. Not conclusive at all.
It's so funny as well that you're like, I chose to fall over because I invented the floor is lava game.
I didn't invent floor is lava game.
You fell over and everyone was making fun of you and then you spun it to be like, oh no, I was playing floor and lava. And then everyone laughed at that.
Why?
And now you've sealed that in as the memory of what actually took place.
Why are you trying to make it sound mental? Why are you trying to
absorb it in?
Right? You know where there's like the bricks on the side of the thing? I went, oh, floor's lava, and stood on it and then fell off it immediately, and it just looked like I went floor's lava and then dived into lava. That's what was funny about it. I did fall though. That was a legit fall into lava. I was like, ooh, hot. And then took me shot, bang, straight in.
It's also mad to think a man who. In what other world are you ever beating me at mini golf? Stone cold sober, me completely fucked.
Just had a good day, didn't I?
So, I mean, to be fair play to Nelson, because the bit still winds me up. And it's because you chose...
Nick was gutted as well. Did he get a good score?
Most people got better scores
No,
than
they
you.
didn't. I was watching Phil Ellis. Every time I went over to Phil Ellis, I was like, man, I've known you for 15 years. I had no idea you were shite at golf. Didn't even think about it, to be honest, but I know I think about it.
Aye.
And would I have said that if I wasn't smashing it? Would I fuck?
Or would you have been delusional if there was plenty of evidence to suggest that it wasn't the case?
There might actually be CCTV footage from that day.
I would pay through the fucking nose.
Oh, I bet you would. That's what you're fucking lying for, so that you don't have to pay through the nose.
The call to walk out there.
fucking
Where's my bag of coke? Oh yeah, the bag of coke I famously gave to 9th place.
I started trying to book a limo back because you know how it was a long walk. I was going, since I'm the winner, I'll book a limo. And I was on the Uber app trying to get a fucking limo. I just didn't have the capacity to do it because I was so fucked.
So I don't know if they do.
I couldn't figure it out if they do.
Yeah, I feel like the ratio of like how many stag do's go to Amsterdam compared to how many hen do's is like 10-1.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like
you're not getting a great deal of hen parties in Amsterdam, are you?
Yeah. What gay boy was I talking to the day?
Elliot, maybe?
No, an actual gay boy. A real gay.
Matty?
No, full on gay. I don't think it was Craig Hill, but we were talking about like whether there's male sex workers in Amsterdam.
Bound to be.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Tom's probably fucked a couple of them thinking they were women.
Yeah. But I also think like if you're in Amsterdam and you want fucking really dirty sex with a bloke, Grindr. Just turn on Grindr and they've got the advantage for that.
Yeah, you probably don't need to pay for it, do you, if you're gay?
No, like unless you've got a thing of like I specifically like if it's like I want it to be like a sex worker, and there are male sex workers in Amsterdam. They're just not in the windows.
Aye,
and I get that because I don't think like women who want sex workers are just going in and just board it up. Man, if there were male sex workers in the windows in Amsterdam, right, we would be flying there on the 4:30 flight to Amsterdam, and I would be paying you to challenge every single one of them to mini golf, right? And if you beat a single sex worker at mini golf, I would give you a bag of cocaine.
He's so good.
I wouldn't even take cash out when I was there.
I get you a rematch
with fucking pleasure. Like it's wild to me.
Double or quits.
Fine. Triple or quits. 10-1 or quits. There's not a world where you beat me at fucking mini golf.
There is.
I'll have coke, I'll have weed, I'll get drunk. You can train for 5 days.
New Patreon special.
You're left-handed and bong-eyed. Who are you kidding?
Aye, but when I take mushrooms...
What do you think mushrooms is? You think mushrooms
you
think mushrooms is the water from Space Jam?
Good point, actually. Whose side are you on? You're fighting my argument here, Daniel.
Honestly, you could stand, right? I could watch Nat and Natalie do a marathon, right? And be at the end and be in the last kilometre as Natalie's fucking getting there, right? Running beside her, giving her encouragement just to get over the line. If you were to hand Kai the medal at the finish line, his brain would go, I just did the marathon. I just did the marathon in my jeans. What time was that? Fucking hell. When I do a marathon in my jeans, I'm as fast as Natalie is.
That's a bad analogy because I'm actually pretty good at running.
Yeah, in jeans?
I mean, I hands down right I could do a marathon in my jeans.
Yeah.
It would be awful.
The recovery
would be fucking awful and my legs would be ripped to shreds. Right. But I reckon I've got it in us. Psychologically,
I reckon you could beat me. You could beat me in a marathon.
If Natalie did 5 kilometers, that would be a better achievement than me doing a marathon.
Aye, you could beat me in a marathon in jeans while I was in
full. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Yeah, 41.
Yeah, but also
I'm druggy.
Yeah, but running is the.
Man, I've got such good mental fortitude where like it sucks, I can just go and I'm keeping going. Do you know, that's where I totally fucked myself with this illness, right? We need to finish the Matty story, we'll do that in a second. I've been ill since I got back from the Stag, right? My immune system in the pits, right? Just had one of the best sessions in my life. I had such a fucking good time. I was just laughing beginning to end all the way through it. Cocktail of drugs. What a medley of drugs. Like, started with mushrooms, let that level out, added a pill, got a bit tired, put some coke in, and then just the occasional little spliff with you and Brett. So like fucking 4-way fucking fight in my body going on. But I measured it really well, and I was in a really good fucking spot all the way through the thing. But like, obviously your body's going to take some recovery from that. And I caught an illness when I got back, and I've been battling that. How long's it been? Like 9 days, 10 days or something. It's a long time to be ill, that. It's fucking shite. So I got about a week in, and I had to do my gigs. I'd done my Carlisle gig and my Darlington gig, which I put in together because I could go Carlisle. So I live in Glasgow. Carlisle, go and stop my mum and dad's. Darlington, going back, round trip it, right? But I couldn't conceive the idea of not being in my own bed. So I did there and back, 2 days run. So I did like 10 hours of driving while fucking ill.
Yeah.
And
audiobook?
Yeah, I'm still burning through Wheel of Time. So I'm on that at the minute. And then after those gigs, right, I was like, fucking, I've been so good at the gym since December. I really need to get back into it, otherwise I fell off. So I'm going to go and have a run. And I went on the treadmill, and I was like, I'm just going to do like a casual 5K. So I thought what I'll do, right, is start at 9 kilometers an hour, and then after 1 kilometer I do 10 kilometers an hour, and then 11, then 12, then 13. That's 5 kilometers, and ending pretty fast. And then at the end I went, fuck it, I'm doing a 6 and put it up to 14 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast, and done the 6 kilometer. And it nearly fucking killed us, because I did that with like I did that ill as fuck, and I've put myself back loads. So the day after that I went to Dublin to do the Have a Word thing, and I was so fucking pitiful.
Aye.
I was so pitiful, again, like, you know, getting the flight, and then fucking getting to the venue and getting to my hotel. Like, everything was tragic.
Yeah.
Like, the gigs, all the gigs have been class still.
Aye.
Like, there's something about being on stage that just goes, you're not ill anymore, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to have. But
Who else was on it? The Vittoria was on.
Mike Rice. I'd never met him before. He's so fucking sound, man. I really like that lad. Really funny as well. Willa White. Remember Willa?
Aye. Yeah,
I hadn't seen him in fucking years, man, because he used to always be on at the Laughter Lounge when I did the Laughter Lounge.
Yeah, he's always good company.
Yeah.
I also imagine he hasn't aged, and not because he's been necessarily treating himself well, but I just feel like Willa stopped aging.
Yeah,
when he got
he's the same
prison,
guy.
Yeah.
He's the exact same guy, like, because he's fucking like quit the smack and all that, didn't he? So he was like a teetotal when I met him.
Yeah.
But like, I heard that he was like fucking like bad with the drinking drugs and stuff.
Yeah. Willie's one of those like alcoholics who stopped. Sorry, alcohol-free alcoholics.
Right.
He's like, I love it. I'll never stop anyone else from doing that. But if there's a shot on the table in front of me, that's a loaded gun and a depressed person.
But he's also one where you're going like, oh, I wish I knew when he was on the sesh. You're like, man, I'm glad I just now knew. I didn't want to make the guy that made him quit.
Yeah.
So that was the lineup. And then Dan hosts the first section, and then Adam hosts the second section.
Yeah.
So it was just a mid-bill beginning to end.
No, he asked me to do the Murderers tour, but I was just like, fucking, I don't have.
We kind of, because the Stag do was on while the Glasgow one
was on. We fucked
was
them.
on. That would have been like me, you, and Nelly, I reckon.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
Nah?
Nah.
How not?
I don't have any killer material. I don't have a murderer. I'm not going to.
You can't do a club set?
At the moment, fuck no.
Just like to cut with our best bits?
Nah. No. I'm never. Those are done. There's no amount of money that you could pay me.
You couldn't kill a 20?
Not right now, no.
You're meant to be one of the best comics on the planet.
Yeah, but you couldn't pay me to. First of all, no, I'm not. Second of all, you couldn't pay me.
You're quite highly rated.
Yeah. You couldn't pay me to do any. You couldn't pay me to do any old material. Somebody could offer me £1 million to do.
In a room full of people that have not seen you?
Nah, not doing it.
I've never seen you?
Don't care.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not doing my old shit. And I'm not doing.
I don't mind dusting off old rope. I didn't like it when it's not your life anymore. Like the condom pill bit, that used to serve us so fucking well as a bit on a club set, but like now when it's not my life, I'm tired. I'm completely lying if I do that bit.
Yeah, that's what so I'd rather eat shit on stage than fib, and also I'd rather do neither. So I'll do neither.
Aye.
I did Adam Rose Friends last Thursday, and that was
Is that new material, was it?
Aye, it was about 15.
Yeah, well?
Yeah. And I've got the stand tonight and the stand tomorrow. And like, yeah. Like it'll be, yeah.
I saw you doing the Fringe again as well. Work in progress.
Aye.
Well, I'll do work in progress at the Fringe, Daniel. We just don't call it that.
Yeah, but it's also like the...
You've got to let them know that. Smaller venue.
Yeah, and also like I don't mind at this point, like the Fringe isn't what it used to be, and it's
It is getting your show ready for tour.
Yeah.
That's what the Fringe is now.
But it could have had... The Fringe was
It
always...
used to be
about-
Endgame.
It used to be Endgame, it used to be the merit, it used to be the fucking goal, and they just continued to do absolutely nothing to fix the 4 big venues, absolutely rinsing every single comedian for every penny they're worth.
Accommodation.
Accommodation, they didn't get on top of the fucking landlords. So they've priced out working class
The
comedians.
fact that you can buy critical acclaim with a good PR.
Yes. You can buy the award with a good PR. Mm-hmm. If you want to know how you get nominated for the award in Edinburgh, it's 5% chance of doing it is to have one of the best shows there, or you can almost seal it for yourself by spending 3 to 4 grand on a publicist and doing previews since the previous November. Like
and another
fucking
10 people have also done that, and like some of them are going to pay that money and not get the win.
Yeah. So I don't mind dragging down
each publicist.
I don't mind dragging down like the being part of the like, the Fringe used to be the fucking end game and now you're treating it like the start game. It's like, well, I'm just treating it the way that the organisers and the people who run it and everyone around it has been treating it for 10 years to get to this point. I treated it with respect 10 years ago, and because everyone else who declares to love it has only shat and pissed on it since then and made it more impossible for real comedians, not me, but like comedians who it should be a career changer. Because you've destroyed it for them, I'm just going to come in. I always respected Russell Brand. Clip
that.
I only said those things because
Out of respect, mostly. I just wanted to get back on track.
I always respected Russell Howard for his brand of he would never do the Fringe because he was like it's taking money away from my friends. He's like, if I can sell 5,000 seats in Edinburgh, I'll not do it when all my friends are there.
Would he be saying that if he lived in Edinburgh though? Like, is that because he's down in Bristol?
Yeah, maybe. But I think that's I think that's, if you've got enough to eat, don't steal from, and you're all in the same thing, don't steal from the others. Now that I respect 10% of the comedians at the Fringe now, so I'm just like, yeah.
And then you just recommend them.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, go in, give me the money, and then I'll recommend them, and every other little fucking London wanker can fuck off and suffer.
Yeah, fair fucks.
Matty. So I'm waiting for Barry to tell me breakfast is ready. Matty goes to get his flight. Me and Barry are sitting together. In fact, I don't even think I've left at this point. Barry texts me being like, you want to go get breakfast? I'm like, yeah. Matty puts in the group, hey, Sloss, I've just put the gear under your door on the way out. So just give it to anyone else. I was like, cool. Open my front door. Nah, no, you hadn't. Just posted Coke under a stranger's door.
Random stranger's door.
Yeah.
We were laughing about, like, imagine it was someone who was, like, in recovery. Imagine it was Willa White.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
Somebody who's just, like, been on the straight and narrow for a little while, to the point that they feel like they can go to Amsterdam on a business trip.
I just think it's a really, really good tip for a cleaner, and the next 4 rooms that she cleaned were going to be fucking immaculate.
She's going to have a belter. Oh, man. I hope I found a good home.
Aye.
My winnings. I hope my winnings found a good nose. I just fucking just delivered gear to just some rando. And then when I got back, because I've been sick, right, I've just been I've been working my way through the Rambo movies, which is a good way to spend your come down.
Yeah, I've not seen any of them.
Started watching Loudermilk.
Oh, Loudermilk's great.
So good. I honestly felt like I was part of the meeting. He's seen Loudermilk, Matthew. He's like 4 years recovered alcoholic. and he's the head of the meetings,
The
AA meetings, and everyone like kind of gathers around him and tells their stories and all that, and it's mostly focused on him, but like you'll get little subplots from the people that are in his meetings, and I just felt like I was the quiet one. I was just listening, no, not even ready to talk yet, just listening in on the meetings.
Yeah, I like Loudermilk, really, really good. My recovery wasn't.
Is he a comic?
No.
Is he not?
No.
Because you know what? The reason I ask, right? It does feel like one of them sitcoms that
Will Sasso is his big fat friend is a comic.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Right, because it feels like there's occasions which like I don't find it jarring. I can just tell it's happening where I'm like, oh, that's a good stand-up bit that they've just like kind of crowbarred in. Which often happens when a stand-up writes a thing. They go, "Oh, I've got a bit about this. I'm going to make the bit a scene." So like you'll have like a rant at someone in public for that coffee order, which is in episode 1. Like there's a handful of bits like that where
it's just Ricky Gervais's afterlife. It's like, and at this point, a stupid Christian comes up and talks to me, and I own them. Yeah,
there's a lot of that now, which is why I thought it was a stand-up.
You know what? I can't confidently say he's not a stand-up.
But also, he might not have written it. Which, like, if a stand-up wrote it, they'd probably cast himself as the main guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew. I actually think Will Sasso was part of the writing team of
So maybe some of his bits.
Yeah.
But I just, it's really easy to watch.
Will Sasso...
I only watched it as well because it was like less than half an hour an episode.
Yeah, 25 minutes. Will Sasso's very funny. I've always enjoyed him on like podcast. I've always enjoyed him as a comedic actor. I just think he's great. And also I can tell that he's a decent bloke because he used to do a podcast with Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia.
Oh, Brian Callen's in it, isn't he?
Loudermilk.
Is he one of the people in the meeting?
I fucking don't think so, considering he's a sexual predator.
2020?
He's been a sexual predator for a while.
Okay, he's not in it then.
Yeah. Will Sasso did a podcast with Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen, and then all the allegations came out. And now Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia do a podcast together, and Will Sasso just living his life.
Yeah. So like, even though there was like a deep dive on their fucking like sketchy past, his was fine.
Yeah. Well, fucking Brian Callen was the one that tried to girlfriend zone a rape victim. Like, sexually assaulted a woman. Obviously, these are all allegations and there's all allegedly, but you know me, I tend to believe the women and the numbers when it comes to, allegations. One of the harrowing reports.
But you won't believe that I won the golf.
I'll believe the rape of a woman, but not the rape of myself. And my ego. One of the things was like this girl, and he just straight up sexually assaulted her in a hotel room, and like afterwards she was fucking crying about it, and the quote is like, oh what, I'm a big bad rapist. That's the thing, I'm a big bad rapist. What are you talking about? You're my girlfriend now. You're my girlfriend. And then was like,
you can't rape your girlfriend.
Just tried to no. I think like being like, that was like consensual. We're in it, and to prove that I'm not like a monster that did this, I'm going to be in a relationship with you for 3 months until you forget about that deeply traumatic thing that people famously don't forget about.
Oh god!
And Matt, for some reason, all those years later, she still felt jilted. Women, right? Am I right? They never forget. They never forget when you fucking pin them down and sexually assault them. It's wild.
Yeah, have you seen that Jodie Comer play?
Nah.
It was Natalie saw it as a play. It's just like one woman play. I went to see it. It was on at the cinema. Like it wasn't like an Everyman cinema put it on or something.
Oh, good. A one woman playing in Everyman cinema. That's fine. That balances out for me. That was as long as there's that one representation on both sides.
It was so fucking powerful, man.
A one woman play. So it
was like X.
So one woman plays, so there's no good guys.
Oh man, I watched 12 Angry Men with Natalie on Valentine's Day.
You see how good you got it, bitch? Huh? You got a fucking 12 of these guys.
It was like, that's the highest rated movie on IMDb. And
Yeah,
it's not a scrap of diversity. It's literally titled. It's what it says on the tin. Is this 12 white blokes?
Yeah. And does it pass the Bechdel?
Absolutely crushing it. Just murdering.
Does it pass the Bechdel test?
And they never talk about relationships with women.
Good.
All the way through
They
it.
just talk about blokes.
Just talk about sport a little bit.
Great. The great equalizer.
Yeah. They talk about prejudice quite a lot.
Great. Prejudice against women or black people.
They never really mention women.
Right.
There is a woman that sees the event that they're talking about
And they
through
see the
the
secretary.
window, but they're like, I don't think eyes are very good. I think she had little marks off her glasses. Like, let's just discredit everything she's saying. That's the only time they really bring up women.
So,
It's such a good film, though. I honestly think it is like it was made in the 50s.
yeah.
It's black and white, and I still think it's such a fucking good social commentary now, and like fucking people's like veil of perception on what the truth is,
Right.
and people's like arguments on fucking social media and shit.
Yeah.
It really holds up.
12 Angry Men was one of those movies Dad ruined for me super early on. Was like, you're
By
14.
making you watch it as a child.
Yeah, 14 years old, said the fated words, it's a classic. And I just went, oh,
Nah.
fucking well, this is shite.
Yeah, you have to watch that when you're older. I think. I've been like, when I say I enjoy old movies, I don't mean like old movies. I did enjoy 12 Angry Men, obviously, but like movies from my childhood, like the Alien movies and like the Rambo. I was watching Rambo. They're just anything that's just got like a heavy dose of nostalgia attached to it, and also just simpler.
Yeah.
Like the movies were so simple back then. Like they were just like.
I was thinking about this the other day just because like the Oscars are coming up and stuff. And I know Nelson would hate me because I don't watch any old movies. Like I've seen some. Great Escape was good. Cool Hand Luke was good, but those are still sort of in colour. I can't really go into black and white movies because also
You know, like any westerns.
I've watched some of them, but also like here's the thing, right? This is my opinion. This is a controversial take, and I haven't watched enough old movies to prove it's true, but it feels true. Movies were invented in the early 20th century. I'm going to say about fucking 1905, probably about. Between. I feel like it was post World War One.
Are you talking like silent movies?
Just movies with talking in it. And movies with talking in it and dialogue was invented, I'm going to say, between the world wars, and acting was invented in 1985. Right? I think when were the talking movies invented?
The first like non-silent film was 1927.
27. So before the no, I was right. So it is between world wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That would have been a cool time to be alive. Not the war, but like when movies became a thing.
100%.
That would have been one of the biggest leaps in technology. Like you would feel like you were so far in the future.
Yeah, and we still use the word from. That's what movies is.
Moving
right?
picture.
Yeah, you used to see the still pictures. You used to see silent films and things. So the movies, they move. The movie.
Movie.
That is it.
It's movie, Dad.
That's it. That's where the word.
Daddy,
move.
it's movie.
To this day, that's the words. I might do this myself. I'm going to go back and watch every Oscar like best actor, best actress movies from fucking 1945 onwards, and I bet they're all shite at acting. I bet they're all fucking dog shit.
I thought he was particularly good. What's his name? Fonda. Henry Fonda. He was particularly good in 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, when was 12 Angry Men out?
57.
57.
Yeah, I looked that up.
Aye, and he's good in it. He's good in it.
He's good in it.
Okay.
And so's the guy. Because after watching that, like the first time I watched it, I watched in the is it called In the Waterfront, the Dockyard movie with Marlon Brando as the main guy, and the baddie from 12 Angry Men's the baddie in. I say he's a baddie. He's a complex character. Is the guy that's the head of the union or something in the Waterfront, and like I watched 2 films back to back with him going, oh, he is legit. From like being back then, he's so good.
Aye.
I don't know his name though.
Do you not? You understand acting existed before films?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on
Shakespeare.
stages and stuff.
Yeah, they're all Greek things.
Yeah, so when non-silent films started coming out, even silent films, most of the people doing them were
Just striking through from
Are
that.
you just taking that stance like any of the footballers from back then wouldn't last now? The one place where this holds up, right, is no one's beating Usain Bolt in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like, maybe...
It's the only way to beat him.
in a hurry. Yeah, like, maybe you can have someone from way back then that was just actually better than people now. Because, like, Usain Bolt, it's so fucking binary that, like, you're either the fastest guy or not. No one's beating him.
Yeah, but that's that's one skill, right? Usain Bolt.
But that's like that is like knocking on the head that like we're improving over the generations. Because what was he like 2010? It's been like 15 years, and like there still isn't a better human being at that. So when it comes to something that's a bit more subjective, like acting, maybe you could have had the best one back then.
Yeah, I just feel like, again, I've just seen this from the movies that I fucking, and maybe it's the stuff that the films were about, but just any movies I've seen back then is just like a fucking man smoking a cigarette and saying sexist things to a fucking woman, and the depth of their characters isn't too fucking great. And I'm like, oh, what is this? And again, not seen 12 Angry Men, and I've not seen any of the fucking classics. This is something where I'm like, I'll do some fucking research on this.
Yeah, I think you can now say.
But like Marlon, I've seen the Godfather movies, and fucking Marlon Brando just.
That was old Marlon Brando, wasn't it? He was like, what?
They're like, blah, 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 and they're like, oh, fucking get this guy an Oscar.
Oh, I've got cotton wool in my cheeks.
And you're like, oh yeah, fucking great acting, man.
People fucking reeling here, you know, beyond reproach. The Godfather.
Stinky poo poo movies.
Do you not like the Godfather?
Again,
I watched them again fairly recently.
Not seen them since I was about 18, 19.
Yeah, they're good.
Watched all three. The whole time I was like, who gives a fuck?
Super duper good. I read the book before I watched them. And then the book's class, obviously. That's why they made the film. It is one of the ones that holds up. There's not many that hold up.
Man, look, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm at the stage now where I'm enjoying more food as an adult.
No, just fucking admit you got beaten golfing. You can't just say that. You can't say that on this podcast where you literally didn't earlier.
Fucking the only two people that genuinely believe that you won that golf game and the other person's been corrected was you and Nick. And Nick, just because everyone was going along with the bet and he wasn't a comedian, so he couldn't pick up on the vibes that everyone was doing a bet. And also your sincerity in your own delusion.
Hey, let's cook on the line. You do what you can. Come back on Thursday for the Q&A. We're going to answer your questions. Nice. We're going to record it now and then release it. Obviously later. We're not going to release it while we're doing it. Bye.